So in last episode of Nutrition 101, we talked about calories, what they are, and how they're not actually a item like we would think they would be. So in this episode, we're going to talk about protein, what it is, how it functions, and what you need to do about it. So what is protein? You know, obviously we think of protein shakes and whey as a supplemental form to get this macronutrient in, but a lot of us don't know what it is. Protein's often referred to as the building block of life, and this is for good reason. Not only is it responsible for tissue regeneration or regrowth, like muscle building, but it also has to do with immune function, energy production, and also enzymatic processes to help you break down food. So within this protein, we have these things called amino acids. Now, there are 20 amino acids in nature, and 11 of them your body can actually synthesize itself. Those are called non-essential amino acids. Now, your body can make them for certain functions like we discussed earlier, but there's 9 of them, essential amino acids, that your body can't make, and therefore we have to consume it from food sources. Okay? There's another type of amino acid we call conditional, and that goes into a different avenue whereby your body produces it sometimes and can't others. But where does protein come from? And no, meatheads, it's not just whey protein. All right, protein can come from 2 sources directly. So we either have the animal protein route or the plant protein route. Animal proteins are considered complete. That's because they contain all of the 9 essential amino acids that we talked about earlier that your body can't make, and therefore they're complete. Whereas plant protein sources are considered incomplete because often they don't contain those essential amino acids or in the quantities that they need to be. However, that doesn't mean that all plant protein's bad. We can combine multiple plant protein sources and create what's called a complementary protein. And basically by taking 2 or 3 plant sources like beans, rice, pea, and combining them, we create enough essential amino acids to be sufficient. All right, so we know what protein is and we know where it comes from, but how much should you be taking? So I believe, according to the FDA, around 50 to 60 grams of protein per day is sufficient to maintain, well, health or life, I guess. However, according to the most recent research, it isn't necessarily true. For average people, 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight is the amount of protein that you should be consuming. So let's do some quick math. I weigh 200 pounds. That's going to be around 90 kilograms. 0.8 of that's only 72 grams of protein. And you're probably thinking, well, no, that bro at the gym, he always tells me to get at least double that. Aha. That number is only for general people who sit on a couch. For you attractive looking lifting human, based on the research, well, I don't know if this is the most recent research, but based on what I've understood, for endurance athletes, 1.2 to 1.4 grams per kilogram of body weight is sufficient. Now, for our lifters, our strength training people, 1.7 to 1.8 grams per kilogram of body weight is sufficient. As more and more data is produced, we get different variables based on kilograms, and 1.7 versus 1.6. I'd rather just say 1 gram per pound of body weight. But guys and girls, this has been Nutrition 101, Part 2, A, protein. Hope you enjoyed it and have a great night.